He knocked on the door. An old man opened it. His face was calm and kind. "Come in, my friend," the old man said. Theo entered the warm house. The hermit gave him dry clothes and hot soup. Theo began complaining immediately. "The storm trapped me. My map failed me again. I have no luck in this world." The hermit listened quietly. He did not interrupt. When Theo finished, the hermit spoke softly. "Rest tonight. Tomorrow at dawn, I will guide you down the mountain. The path is dangerous, but I know it well." Theo felt grateful, but also curious. "You live alone here? Do you not get lost?" "I have walked these paths for many years," the hermit replied. "I know every stone." That night, Theo could not sleep well. He thought about his failures. He thought about his empty life. The hermit's words echoed in his mind. "I know every stone." At dawn, they began the descent. Fog covered everything. Theo could barely see 3 steps ahead. The path was narrow. On one side stood the mountain wall. On the other side dropped a deep cliff. Theo's hands shook. "This is madness. We cannot see anything." The hermit walked calmly ahead. His steps were sure and steady. "The fog will clear," he said. "Trust the path beneath your feet." They walked for an hour. Theo complained constantly. "This is too dangerous. We should wait." The storm left ice on the rocks. The hermit paused. He turned slightly toward Theo. "Tell me, my friend, what binds you more? The storm outside or the storm within?" Theo did not understand. "What do you mean?" "We all carry invisible chains," the hermit said. "Some are made of fear. Some are made of blame. Some are made of excuses. These chains are heavier than any real burden." They continued walking. The path grew even narrower. Theo's heart pounded. But he noticed something strange. The hermit never hesitated. He never stumbled. His feet found every safe spot. "How do you know the way so well?" Theo asked. "I have no choice but to know it," the hermit replied simply. After 3 hours, they reached the valley below. The fog lifted. Sunlight broke through the clouds. Theo felt relief flood through him. He was safe. He was alive. He turned to thank the hermit properly. But as he looked closely at the old man's face, he saw something that stopped his breath. The hermit's eyes were white and clouded. They did not focus on anything. You cannot see?" Theo whispered. The hermit smiled gently. "I have been blind since birth. I never saw sunlight. I never saw the mountain. I never saw the path." Theo stood frozen. His mind raced. This man had just led him down a deadly mountain trail in fog and storm. This man had never seen anything in his entire life. But how? Theo's voice cracked. "How did you guide me? How do you live alone? How do you survive?" The hermit touched Theo's shoulder. "When I was young, I made a choice. I could sit in darkness and complain about my fate. I could make excuses and wait for others to carry me. Or I could learn. I could practice. I could take small steps every day until I knew my world completely." Tears filled Theo's eyes. Shame burned in his chest. "I trained my hands to feel," the hermit continued. "I trained my ears to hear. I trained my feet to remember. Every day I walked a little farther. Every day I learned something new. My blindness became my teacher, not my prison." Theo could not speak. Everything he had blamed suddenly seemed so small. His excuses felt like dust in his hands. "You have eyes that see," the hermit said quietly. "Yet you walk blind through life. You blame the path. You blame the map. You blame fate. But the real blindness is not in your eyes. It is in your choices." The hermit turned to leave. "Take one small action today, then another tomorrow. Soon you will see paths you never noticed before." Theo watched him walk away, his stick tapping gently on the ground. The hermit moved with complete confidence. He was free in a way Theo had never been. That day changed Theo forever. He returned to his village with a new mind. The complaining stopped. The excuses ended. In their place came learning. He studied maps carefully and prepared properly for every journey. Navigation became daily practice. Experienced travelers shared their wisdom, and he listened carefully. When he made mistakes, he wrote them down and learned from them. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, Theo became skilled. His journeys became successful. People began to seek his advice. Years later, he became known as a wise explorer who never lost his way. But Theo never forgot the hermit. He never forgot walking blind through the fog with a man who refused to be a victim of his circumstances. Sometimes we are like the old Theo. We complain about our problems. We make excuses for our failures. We blame everything except ourselves. We say the world is unfair. We say we have no chance. But the truth is simple. Our excuses are the real blindness. They keep us stuck. They keep us small. They become invisible chains that we choose to wear. What if we stopped complaining? What if we stopped making excuses? What if we took one small action today? The path opens when we stop blaming it. Change begins when we stop avoiding it. We all have power we forget to use. You have eyes that can see. Use them to find your next step. You have hands that can work. Use them to build something new. You have a mind that can learn. Use it to grow stronger. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop blaming your circumstances. Start with one small change today, then another tomorrow. We all carry our own mountains. Sometimes sharing helps us climb